Oh my God. Did you hear about
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
Oh,
She said it.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah,
I'm
cold-blooded,
not
icy.
saying
Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see.
No, but did you see
I'm
that?
playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, fuck, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery. Hey, Mandy, let's just call it what it is, eh?
Yeah, indeed.
What a week. What
It
a
was.
week. Hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. I see a lot of familiar faces from the other chat. Thank you very much for being here. Yes, our cognac-voiced Mandy is here. Give her a big hand. You know, it's a weekend. This is a special occasion. You know, we don't normally stream on the weekends, do we, Mandy? But
No, but it was my oldest's birthday on Thursday. So I love doing anything where I get all of my children together in one spot. It doesn't always happen. So it was really, really great. He turned 25. So
25, yay. Well, happy
yes.
birthday, dude. And I know I said you before, we slayed dragons for him, 25.
Yeah, we do. And I sent him that message from you, and he said thank you.
It was like really cool. But you know what I always say, in real life first. Like Absolutely. Don't matter.
Always.
So YouTube secondary. Like, I'm never going to be that YouTuber, but
And
anyway.
I'm very big on my in real life, as
Oh,
most people
no.
know. So
As everybody should be, as we all should be, because, hey, this stuff, especially the kind of stuff we witnessed today on that trial,
yep.
that was, this is supposed to be a recap. And I'm gonna have to warn y'all, we're not gonna be like way too serious about it. There's some serious stuff in here because there was some ridiculousness going on. But if y'all are here for us to play the middle of the road, wrong channel. Sorry.
It's just, yeah.
Sorry.
And it's becoming more apparent to me
It is.
as the week went on, especially toward the end of the week where they were doing those depositions. It's like the only people that really had anything to say negatively about Johnny were her friends that had previously testified. And like the deposition that we saw with Josh Drew was before the police body cam footage came out.
All of them were.
So at this point, they're already lying. So they had to cover their butts and keep it the way that they originally had said it, or that could bring up, potential perjury charges. So
I don't understand why they didn't, why the defense wanted that in there. They could have motioned it out in the beginning, in pre-trial. They could have motioned it all out based on prior information given. We need to redo the depositions. They're willing to come forward and redo them. But no, they let that stuff stand. What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. And the fact that they put in all of this information that really didn't, in my opinion, change the trajectory of the case in any way, just to have Johnny's team not cross. And now you've got 10 more hours than your opponent because you put all this garbage up there that really had no significant bearing, in my opinion, on making you look any better. And the funny thing is, this judge seems like she's no business or no bullshit to me.
No, she's no bullshit.
And she said, "What? When you run out of time, you're done.
You're done.
So if you're in the middle of questioning, you're done." So in my opinion, and I've been trying to calculate all of this in my head, if Depp's team plays this right, they can put on their rebuttal case with no cross. Imagine?
Can you imagine that? Like, liar, liar, pants on fire. I can't wait. I just can't wait. We have, just to keep you all informed in case you didn't catch any of the streams, the plaintiffs, Johnny Depp's team, has 18 and a half hours left. Okay. Yeah. Compare that to the defense for Amber Heard and Elaine and, repeat objection, hearsay, rotten one. They have 8 and a quarter, just under a quarter.
Yeah.
Wow. And Elaine just loves to ask the same question 10 times. And with all those objections, and don't forget, every single one of them, all that time, it counts. It counts.
I mean, seriously, her redirect was the biggest shit show I have ever seen in the history of watching trials. Did she actually speak to herself and say, "I'm trying here"? I mean,
I'm trying. It's like, Mandy, it's so good. I have to say, one of the best decisions that Ranty made as far as our streams is, Claire, could you please mute yourself while the trials are, while they're actually talking? I'm like, yes, I will, because, oh my God. It's like, I have such a hard time containing myself. Like, it was absolutely... There were some moments that I'm wondering if those witnesses were actually the plaintiff's witnesses or not.
Oh my gosh.
They bring on, just as an example, they bring on the domestic violence police expert, the training expert, the person that tells everybody how it is, right? And I know Elaine's just like salivating. She's like, "Oh, I got this expert. We're gonna blow the testimony of the officers out of the water." Which I don't give you a lot of credit for, Elaine, because those are valuable careers. These are honest, hardworking officers who followed the book and all said the same thing. Okay, well, here you go. The expert says, yes, they should have filed a report if they saw visible injury. And I counted how many times she said visible injury. Visible injury. Not, well, do I think like she's just like, there's going to be a bruise tomorrow? Like when it rises up or when she gets her kid out? Like, do I think maybe I should predict the future here? Because they're looking at a woman who was just crying. They said they saw red face. That's it.
Right.
And crying. And Amber refused to talk to them. Had she said one word, there would be a report. Okay. But she didn't want to go to jail. Okay. So she had to play the middle of the line. If you look at this thing as all an orchestrated event, then she had to be quiet because she would have really got herself in hot water had she said one word, huh, Mandy?
I believe so.
Given a false report to the police, that's actionable. And by actionable, I mean fine, sentence, might have been picking up garbage on the side of the road in an orange suit had she done that. Which I can't wait.
Hello, community service. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And some of the backpedaling, so during Elaine's opening, she held up the palette, said, "This is the palette." And I posted this. I went back and looked at the transcript from her opening, and she said, "This is the palette that Amber carried with her, blah, blah, blah."
Right.
That specific palette is in evidence. And now they're going back saying, wait a minute, it wasn't actually this palette. Well, hold up. You said it was. And also the other thing that really caught my attention when I was reading the transcript, because I can't listen to her.
Right.
And I think we discussed it on Ranties a little bit, not sure who was there, is that she said in the first 5 minutes, you will hear audio from Australia.
Right.
Have we heard that audio? No, we haven't, because it can't be admitted. Mainly, I think
Jerry Judd.
Yeah.
Because he passed away. And that was an excellent use by the plaintiff. Okay. Because here, that's a simple legal rule. And I think it's a very valid one. Don't you, Mandy? That if you're not there to counter the testimony, if you can't be crossed, it can't come in. Okay?
Exactly. And that's why I've been completely infuriated when Amber has brought up, when Amber brought him up, when Amber has brought up,
she tosses that name around.
Her mother, when Amber has brought up Johnny's children. Every time she brings up those kids, I want to reach through my phone. Keep his children out of it. This has nothing to do with them. And then he has chosen to keep his children out of it. And that's why they're not here to testify. So the fact that she's getting these little jabs in, we know the type of person that Amber is. We know exactly why she's doing this thing.
Exactly.
Because she's trying to get under his skin.
And she's a rule breaker. Like, she don't care what the judge says.
Real.
You know how many times she tried to answer prior to objection, even after the judge kept saying it? She wanted those words in. She don't care.
Yeah. Do you watch Swoop?
Yes, I do. I kind of like Swoop. I like Swoop
do too.
Yeah.
The youngest one and I were in the car yesterday, and we were listening to her latest analysis, and granted she hadn't been covering this for as long as some of the other people, but she's really like deep dove into it. And the way that she put her last video together was just really, really well done. So I definitely, because she'll show testimony and then she'll show the opposing testimony. Like, I like how Amber testified in regard to the $500,000 that money was not supposed to be applied to her overall pledge. And yet there was testimony from the ACLU guy that said that he had correspondence with her that money was to be applied. So it's interesting the way that Swoop put it all together. So I definitely highly recommend, obviously, watching her also, because she's done a really great job.
I'll tell you, I just got a little present. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see if I could play this first. I hope you'll be a little patient with me. I am not the most tech savvy bear, but I do my best. But we have a few little goodies for you. Okay. I'm going to do a stop and go technique here, but there's something cleaned up here that I want to play a little bit of. We'll see how this goes. And
I'm going to tell you about a post I posted the other day. You're going to be shocked. So go ahead, but let's start.
All right, let me share it first and let's see where this goes. All right, we'll do a little bit we have to do some stop and go, and Mandy, we got to talk over it because I believe it's cleaned up audio of something. Basically, I'm hoping I get to the right part. Well, we're going to get to apparently where Johnny had always said that he wanted to call the cops. And you know what?
Yeah, no shit. I made a big mistake.
Hold on a second. Let me pause this and get it louder. Let me see. All right. Okay. I think we have to mute for a few minutes, especially the beginning. I want to see if we can get it a little bit louder.
Okay.
You guys in chat, let me know if it's coming through loud enough. If not, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to redo some stuff, and then I'll put it out for you guys on the channel if I can. All right. So I'm going to mute and
I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit, your sober fucking presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You are fucking kids yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill of goods. You're the biggest fucking, you're the biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as something you're not.
I did myself a fake.
Suck my dick. Suck my dick.
You've left nothing, and I've left everything. So suck your dick.
Yeah, go on.
Which is probably your next move. No, I don't want to suck your dick. I don't want nothing to do with your fucking
I really need something.
Well, go get it, man.
Because I need something. Go on.
Huh?
Fucking fuck yourself. No shit, I don't. Who sucked your dick?
I don't want to.
It's gonna be all that you have.
No, it's not really true, Amber.
Actually, it kind of is.
It kind of is? What are you talking about? Even doing some
That's not true. What?
Oh, is it? What is it?
No, I'm sure Rochelle's available. I'll call her up. I'm sure she's available.
Maybe she is.
I'm sure she is.
We'll see.
I'm sure she is.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm sure she is. For her yoga vlog.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to turn my volume down because I turned it up so I could listen.
Oh my God. Is she laughing about him? Oh my God. I can't. You heard this. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to ask the chat this.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a victim of domestic abuse, are you going to instigate your spouse? I've been there. Are you going to cackle in his face? Are you going to gaslight him? Are you going to do all of these things that she's doing? These are the things that I hope the jury picks up on. This is not behavior of somebody that is being abused by someone else.
Exactly. That's why I had to stop. I'm like, what?
It really, she is so evil. And you know this because we've talked about this, but for my abnormal psychology class, I told you that my final paper was on Joan Crawford. And I had to, do a lot of research and have opinions and ultimately diagnose her in my paper to pass my grade, which, by the way, I get remarkable grades because we all know I'm just brilliant. Just kidding. Anyways, just some of this behavior, like with the cackling, it seriously just I can't explain what
Right.
goes through my body when she does that. I cringe at how vile and disgusting she is, and it just
It
ugh.
totally is. When I listen to that, I know with your abnormal psychology classes, and I know I talk with a bearded heretic, and I'm sorry to keep like dropping his name, but for
No, he's
psychology,
great.
and he has helped me so much with trying to wrap my brain around why, as a sympathetic person, I have such angst towards this woman. Like he's got to help me with that, because this does not sound like somebody who is not in control of the situation. I just put a poll up. When you're listening just to what you just listened to now, and as we go on, I want you to think, who sounds like they've got control in this conversation? This does not sound like someone taking a back seat to anybody to me at all.
And that's the thing. None of the recordings have. And it was crazy because when they played the recording, when Amber was on the stand about Johnny, and he did at one point raise his voice and just said, just let me fucking go. And she was trying to sway it that was the beginning of a cycle and he was going in his studio to go get wasted. And then they had to stop because they didn't have the right timestamp. And then they got the right timestamp. And it was actually him going to spend time with Lily Rose.
Right.
I was like, what?
All right.
So to me, that proves that her jealousy doesn't stop at just potential other women or women that he talks to. Her jealousy actually is reflective to me in that she's also jealous of his children.
She's jealous of everyone. Do you remember Kate James saying, as her personal assistant, she wasn't even allowed to have a private conversation with Johnny without the evil eyeball? Amber siding up next to them, trying to listen in. You could, she said she was always like leaning in to figure out what was going on, giving her eyeballs, asking her, I don't know. She's a very jealous person based on the disorders that Dr. Curry talked about. She's always afraid everybody's going to leave her. She's just thinking the worst all the time, about people's opinions of her, and always trying to do something to change it. Alman said she recorded everything on and off on the chance that she could tip him over to violence. It is a mark of the man that she never managed it. And there's a lot of recordings. I am glad you caught that during this trial. There is a lot that she tried to do against him, and it just doesn't hit the mark, does it? All of that, all of those photos, and none of them made it in. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me this. Okay. She has 4 photos of him sleeping, nodding off, passed out. I don't care what word you use. I really don't. In my opinion, only one of those photos seems a bit sketch. And it's the one where he's like laying on the floor with his head like in a drawer or something.
That was Japan, right? What about the hours? Did he just not come off a 16-hour shooting schedule?
Yeah. So there's that one. The one in the Bahamas to me is like, bro is sitting in a chair with his feet kicked up on his island, taking a siesta. That's what it looks like.
I'm like, oh yeah, you caught him sleeping. Like, oh my gosh, like divorce him. He slept during vacation.
So here's my thing. You talk about him crapping himself,
right?
You accuse him of vomiting in his sleep.
Never
and
any
you
vomit.
have zero proof of that ever happening.
What do we got? Melted ice cream in a woman who just showed how callous she is about his condition by photographing it and sending it to her friends.
Oh my gosh,
Rather than
Camille,
cleaning him up and
I
helping
stand
him.
Camille.
Mhm.
Her question, like there's some
Her
things I wish she would have
distorting her
hit a little
voice.
bit, hit a little bit harder,
Mhm.
but that really caught my attention when she was like, "So you're sending pictures of your friends? Aren't you worried that he'll get mad?" And Dummy's all, "Well, you know, why would I be?" It just her answers sometimes, especially like with the knife, weren't you scared for your life? Why would I be?
Why
Right
would I be?
there, case closed. You know what I mean?
Exactly. She got her to admit to herself she was not afraid of Johnny Depp. Shay says most abusers isolate you from your family and friends. Actually, and the opposite happened here. He was able to see she was able to see everybody that she wanted, but he got a lot of crap for anybody he wanted to hang out with.
Right.
She was doing her best to get him to do what I would have done. Slap that. I know, Monkley, but you know, hopefully you don't meet a woman like that because she'll get you. She'll get you. She'll shoot your butt. But, you know, actually, I have heard that more than once from gentlemen who say they give Johnny Depp a lot of credit that his character is solid because a woman, just the tone of her voice and what she was doing to him on a regular, like I can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine the stress that he was under. And he always just tried to leave. She recorded him when he's about to leave, but he's supposed to change when he comes back. No recording of that, even so this is supposed to be a normal state. I get it.
Right.
I do. Let's you want to listen to a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself and I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more on for you guys.
That's pretty loud. That's like too much to take.
No, I'm sure she's.
That's pretty loud. She's so disgusting.
I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's great.
I think you can give me some of
No.
the best performances in the
No,
world.
you're right. I don't. It's all about performance.
How am I? I don't regret. I don't regret.
Oh, what else?
I
What
don't.
else that you do? Oh, come on.
I don't
B
regret.
word. Come on.
regret.
Literally. What else? What else other things do you want to add?
Can't talk
You
to you
fucking
sound
lying
like
piece of
positive.
shit. What? Oh,
First,
no. I
it's
want to know. I want to know.
Get out of your Uber's
I'm
out.
kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah.
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man and go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does.
Yeah.
Go. Run away. I know it's hard to
Your
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous
I know.
plan.
It's hard.
Panicked fucking
It's
plan.
hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else
Poor
over.
thing.
to get
You're
your
right. I
fucking-
tried.
they
That's
were-
what I do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you got everybody out here almost
Oh,
full, but
you're
don't
right.
last
You're
long.
right. I'm
Everything
sorry.
got longer
You're
than
right. You gotta
Because
figure it out.
You don't have figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your kids out.
You're right. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lemon field is
You're right. You're right.
excellent choice.
Back to that. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 6 years. Oh no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. Yeah, I'm sure there's other things you can find.
Go loud.
No, I'm not
Or,
laughing.
no, matter of fact,
I'm not laughing. I'm not. It's
Oh.
serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. And stripping. Well, there's always
No,
that. You can
You're
always
right.
go
You
back
can
to
write a
that.
book.
For
You can
another-
write a
for
book.
another
I know you
10
can write a book. Oh, is this gonna be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book?
You don't need
Your book. Is
No,
this
no.
gonna be good for your book?
won't even
Is this gonna be good for your book? Hey,
I'll write what I
Hey,
want. I'll
I
write
have a
what
good
I want.
idea.
I'll write what
How
I
about you
want.
somewhere of your journal? You don't want to sell out or anything. Let's sell your journal. Oh, wait.
Hey.
Hey, you're not
Yeah, you don't
what?
wanna sell out.
You're not
You
selling
don't wanna
out.
sell out,
No,
Magic Mike.
no.
You don't wanna
Yeah, I
sell
mean,
out.
no one does
No.
21 Drunk Street when they're in their 20s. No, you're right. That's not selling out. No. When you're in your 20s, you should really know what you want. Like selling your journals.
If you didn't know who the fuck I was.
You're right. Go sell your journals like a real non-seller. 55-year-old. Or, I'm sorry, 52.
6.
51. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
No.
I don't think so.
Really doesn't.
I don't really think so. But you're right. I mean, hey, at least I didn't do like a TV show where I was heartthrob in my 20s. God, that would be like embarrassing. If only I was with someone in their 50s that could point that out to me. Imagine mine. You're right. When you play a non-sexualized object. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're right. You got it all figured out.
I don't even know what movies I've done.
If only
You haven't even taken an interest.
If only I could be
You know,
like
but I had to
you. If
watch
only
your
I could be like
I had to watch your fucking direct and you trying to like
You're a joke.
spew out these fucking lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber.
What'd you say?
I'm the joke. I'm the joke in the
I'm sorry,
industry.
I can't really hear you. I'm sorry. The reruns of all my bullshit are playing too loud for me to hear you. I'm gonna just go and pedal my way back. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
Oh, whatever it was.
I was
Remember anymore.
I was 20.
I'll pause it right there. Aquaman. Okay, I saw your level 3 bitch mode in the chat. I lost my shit. Girl, you gotta give me a heads up when we're gonna go all crazy like that.
Yeah. So, well, it was because Ginger had asked. Let me back up.
I was gonna ask you. That's what the I will check. It was code for. Let me ask Mandy when she gets back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did
I
hear
found
them
out.
talking about that too, and I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure what it is, but I just assume it's level 3 bitch mode.
I thought it was about wine, but oh wait, Colin's actually agreeing with me. Yeah. I think it might have been about was like when they were talking about her drinking wine and stuff. So I thought it was a sommelier class or something like that. I thought it had something to do with being a connoisseur of wine. But and it seems like Colin agrees, but I don't know. I really don't. But anybody else who has an opinion on it, please let us know. I mean,
And if that's what, I would have no idea because I don't drink. So,
what do you, I mean, really, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, the way she talks to him, and I can't believe that anybody who hears these audios can believe that she's the victim.
And you know what's kind of funny? So obviously there's supporters of Amber, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want. I don't care.
Exactly.
But what they're saying here is, well, they both sounded so messed up. No, he doesn't. And that was the thing. Like, he's controlling his emotions. He's being just berated by this woman who is clearly slurring her words, gaslighting him, ridiculing him. And I felt as though he maintained.
He takes a lot. It's a strong. He's got a spine. I'll tell you that. He's got strong character. He's got what I would call fortitude. Okay, I love that word, by the way. Whenever I get to use it, I love.
I mean, I want to smack her, and I'm just listening to it. Can you imagine being in the room?
Right, but he doesn't. He doesn't cross that line. He never did.
Exactly.
All the time he was in an abusive household with everything going on. Even as a teenager, when he's coming up into manhood, and you're feeling your you're feeling your hormones. You don't want to take this crap. You know how teenagers. I was a teenager. I didn't want to take crap from anybody, and and putting up with it from his mother even, and never crossed the line to physicality ever. Okay, no other woman that he has ever dated besides no other woman that he has ever dated, whether in a formal partnership or even like Ellen Barkin said, just like for the sex of it, no one's come forward and ever said that he laid hands on them. The most they've ever said is Ellen Barkin, like she came up out of the whatever to walk all the way over to the court to say he threw a bottle. Oh my God.
In 1990
in 1990 whatever, while drunk, she said, or high, because he was always on drugs, and he threw a bottle.
I was like, when I heard they were pulling her testimony or pulling her depo, excuse me, I was like, really? You're gonna pull something from the 90s when you had a sexual relationship and one time he threw something, not at you, not near you, it didn't hit you, and this is the best you've got?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I think like we need a new hashtag. Amber Heard is the tosser. Good job.
Well, and in this audio, do you want to know what it sounds like to me? I mean, she brings up I can't speak, excuse me, 21 Jump Street and being a heartthrob. Yeah,
Right.
Amber, he's more than you will ever be because you are a nobody. You
Right.
are not that talented.
Jealous.
And now everybody is
C-minus,
going to
maybe.
know what an evil, evil, awful person you are. And what man, there's a few men in this chat. Tell me, please, who is going to want to get into any sort of long-term committed relationship with a woman that you know is willing to accuse you of such horrific, vile things if she doesn't get her way?
Exactly.
Think about that.
Just think about it. Like, you know what? And I hate that. I hate that because, you know, I'm not going to change what she actually said. Exactly. She did say about that. But what Ellen actually came forward to do is to testify about this, about, you know, the drugs, this, that. I don't know if they wanted more about the alcohol in there and all of this other. But remember, just said that he had tossed that bottle. But like Colin just said, he could have been tossing a closed bottle over to somebody to get a drink, you know. I don't know. A lot of people are talking about what Ellen actually said. I'm not even going to quote her so that I can avoid any of that mainstream stuff. So thanks for the heads up there, Colin, because I don't want to misquote her at all. But I will say that unfortunately, Ellen coming forward, I had doubts on whose side she was on because she just seemed bitter. I actually thought they're going to bring somebody up from the 90s, you know, about a relationship. And I don't recall anything else in the testimony that could be a point for the defense. It seemed more like she looked like they were grasping at straws. I think it did them harm. I think it actually played for the plaintiff a little bit, that's how desperate they are.
Yeah. I actually showed my husband the piece of the deposition about where Elaine was asking the Disney representative if they would pay Johnny $300 million and 100 million alpacas. And we laughed about it because here's Johnny being a smartass saying, I wouldn't go back to them for this, 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 and this. And then you actually ask the Disney rep if they would pay Johnny Depp 100 million alpacas to come back.
Right.
Like, it just seemed absurd to me. Johnny's not going back. It had nothing to do with $300 million or alpacas.
It's not.
He was making a point that he wasn't going to go back. And just, oh my gosh, her team, I just don't even know.
I don't even know if we could say her team anymore, because if I had to make a guess, and it is a guess, like, you know, this is like, we're not legal experts of anything. We're not, you know, we're not even on the way there. We're not therapists. We're not psychologists. We're not any type of professionals whatsoever. We're YouTube commentating, period. Okay, so it's just our opinion here. But it really did look as if, especially when I saw that day's worth of testimony, that somebody besides the legal expert is leading the list here. Okay. I could not see a reasonable legal effect onto why these testimonies went through the way they did. If they are actually thinking that this is the best testimony they can put forward for their side, that's very sad. It looked more like a grudge routine run by the queen over there, Amber. Okay, in my opinion, it looks like she's pushing that team around a little bit. I don't know what you think, Mandy, but it looked like she's like, because she's the client, she's just like, nope, these are the people. Because I don't see what benefit they get in having such challengeable witnesses. Even the doctor they brought up to challenge Dr. Curry only agreed that he did not have the disorders that she said he didn't have, and that
Right.
he did have he did do drugs and he did drink, but he didn't think it was to the extreme.
Right.
He also said clearly, Johnny has trouble dealing with issues, and Johnny has trouble dealing with aggression and stuff, and Johnny does have some anger in him, but not to the extreme that it's a problem. Read the
Yeah.
transcripts. This is what
And
that doctor said, and this is their witness.
yeah.
I don't
And
get it.
and the thing that I thought was really interesting, and I've kind of had to sit with myself a few
Mhm,
times and kind of think about certain things that I've seen through this trial, and one of
mhm,
them we'll get into when I tell you about my tweet.
mhm,
But one of the things that grabbed my attention that they're trying to make look so damaging is
mhm.
him thrashing her closet.
Oh
And,
boy.
and so I kind of sat on it and I kind of looked at the pictures and I thought about it and I thought about everything as a whole. And I thought to myself, when she was with him for those very short amount of time,
Right.
she spent a significant amount of money. And a lot
Mhm,
of probably her clothes, her shoes, her purses, her stuff like that was on Johnny's dime. I truly believe that. And so I think with that whole incident, you've got all these random people living in your homes,
mhm.
all of her friends. You're coming home from long days of work,
Right.
and these people are just in your house all the time.
Right. No privacy. Like
Yeah,
you're working
you
for them.
yeah, you have a whole entire penthouse dedicated to your wife's office and clothes. And I think he got to the breaking point of her vanity and just couldn't handle it. So instead of laying hands on her,
Mhm.
he just flipped out on her clothes
Right.
and shoes. And I'm trying to put together, how do you think that that's damning that he's
Exactly.
abusive to her? It
Exactly.
just proves, in my opinion, that he's willing to take it and
Mhm,
lose a finger and be punched in the face and be
mhm.
ridiculed and be demeaned and be gaslit to the point he exploded on clothes.
Yep. On all the stuff he has probably purchased for her, actually. I'll bet you that
Exactly.
room was just a reminder of how much
He was being
all right,
used.
if I walked in that room, you know what I would see? This is what I really mean to Amber Heard. She don't give a shit about me.
Thank you.
This is
Perfect.
this is my
Yes.
value to Amber Heard. This is my value. I would have flipped out. I mean, believe me, she's lucky those clothes survived. She is, because he could have done much worse. How many women do you hear about who throw all the clothes out the window, who burn them in big piles, who have big ceremonies of getting rid of all these stuff when they realize they've been wronged? That realization for Johnny must have been like a huge slap in the face. A huge, this is what I mean to her. And he had
Right.
said it before. You don't care about how many times I've heard several audios, and in there, I hear a very quiet Johnny saying, "You don't care about me.
You were
Do
just
not care about me."
I
Mhm,
hold on a second. I screenshotted it.
mhm.
Shotted?
Did it?
Shotted.
Whatever you did, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. So I screenshot a TikTok last night,
Oh,
and
yes.
it just says
Do you want me to?
Johnny Depp explained narcissistic abuse to the world in 10 seconds. And this is one of the last audios
Mhm.
where I believe he was recording without her knowledge. You'll know which one when I start talking about it.
You want
But
it up?
he says to her, "I loved you for so many effing years, but you know what? You didn't exist. You don't exist. You're not there. You're an effing made up thing in my head. I cannot believe you're doing this to me.
Oh my God. Oh my
Here, I'll
God.
send it to you.
Is it his words? Does he say it? I gotta hear
Yes,
this.
he says
I-
it in the
That
audio.
is so freaking, that is it. Exactly. Because, you know, her disorder, she pretends to be this person. She bonds to you and does all the things that you love, all the things that you want. It's almost like she creates herself to be the perfect person for you, right?
Yes.
And then
Yep.
he goes and he falls for it, and then he finds out it's a freaking mirage. She's a bunny boiler.
There you go. I just put it in Discord.
Oh my God, I gotta put this. All right, so oh boy,
And
let me
that
go get that ready.
Yeah, and that really caught my attention. And while you're pulling this up, and you guys will
Yes,
be
speak
able
to
to
the
see
masses.
where it came from on TikTok. So go check the person's page out if you want.
Yes,
Um,
TikTok is usually cool with us showing this stuff. I have not had a problem, but I'm fine. I'm gonna show it anyway.
it's just a screenshot, so it's not actually the TikTok. I just stopped it and screenshotted it because it just was really powerful to me.
So
So
we don't have the audio? Okay.
no, I could
Right.
go pull it.
I want the actual TikTok if you can pull it, because I'll play it, you know.
Okay, let me
Because,
go find it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm obsessed with, now that you've said that, with hearing Johnny's words, because that to me it's the nutshell. It's exactly like how do you express what she did to him? She presented a
Right.
mirage. He fell for it. He supported it. He loved it. He actually thought he was in the wrong and tried to make her happy over and over and over again. And this is why I stand and I always put that hashtag men too. This is what happens.
Oh
This
crap.
this is it. This
Sorry.
is psychological aggression. This is the abuse. This is the besides the physical abuse, this is the mental fuckery that happened in that relationship.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
Okay, I had to turn off my. Oh, I got it. Sorry, hold on. I'll send it to you.
Okay, that's good. We've got lots of little goodies the next hour. I've got, like, we're going to go into even more. We're going to talk about this stuff right now, but we've got even more
How
later.
do I
Thank you
do
all.
this?
I got to tell you that the crew that I have met over there while streaming this live trial for Depp Heard, I have met some of the most awesome people over in that chat. And those of you that keep forwarding me things and trying to help make the content as best it is could and keeping us up to date, even while we're streaming for 9 hours a day, thank you so much, each and every one of you. You have no idea how much more confident I feel in what's going on out there when you have all your eyes looking. It is amazing. It's a good feeling, and I absolutely appreciate. I don't even know how I can thank you all enough for your contributions to all of it, and
Okay.
just being a part of it. Okay, did you get it?
Yep, it's in Discord.
Yep, here we go. The bear's running the Discord.
I do still have a little cough every once in a while, so I keep
No,
muting myself.
Well, and by the way, all of you, we say Discord, and I'm going to tease you here. If you want in that Discord, you're going to have to become a member of some level or a Patreon if you want in there. But believe me, when it's something like this, everything that Mandy and I are talking about all week, the stuff that we follow, the information we get, we post it all in Discord. And on one of the levels, you actually have access to it. All of my live shows, my research.
I only go in one channel. I'm really boring.
I know
Or
she
one
did.
room.
That's okay. She's on, you can't actually, you might not be able to get a conversation with Mandy, but you can get a conversation. But what I'm saying is the information's there. When I do streams for research and stuff, I don't hide anything about anything ever. So if it's up, I'm trying to pull that up, and it's hold on. All right, I have to stop sharing this one. I'm thinking about it. Intrigued. Yeah, come on. Let's talk. Hold on. Why is this not coming up for me? Hold on. Maybe if I pull it this way. You know what? I could probably play it right from the Discord then. Hold on.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It's not letting me pull it up. For some reason, it's like taking forever to load.
Well, we'll let it load.
My Discord has enough in it. I think I can play it right from the Discord.
Yeah. And I'll tell you really quickly what I posted the other night, and I got a little pushback from a few people.
You did?
I don't really care, but everybody knows I'm just a little person. I actually created
Mhm.
my Twitter back in 2015,
I love you so
2016.
many fucking years,
Oh,
but you know what?
Hold on.
You didn't exist.
Hold on. Stop it. You know that? It just loads and it just starts like it's
I know.
insanity. Like, don't do that to me. Like, all right, hold on. Now how do I back this stuff up? All right, if I mute, I wonder if you guys cannot hear because I'm gonna mute while I fix it. Let Mandy talk for a second.
Okay.
Is that okay,
So,
Mandy? I'm gonna fix it.
sure. So I really created my TikTok or excuse me, my Twitter to follow sports people. Most people know that I'm obsessed with sports. And so I like to be able to follow the teams and do all of that. I kind of fell into these communities that honestly I didn't know until 3 years ago even existed. Um, so I'm just a little person with a little following and nothing extraordinary. So the other day, I posted my feelings just about what I have personally seen and what I thought about it. And I listened to testimony, and a lot of people have said that during Johnny filming Lone Ranger, he was sober and he was doing well, which was the beginning of the relationship between he and Amber. So I posted, so Johnny was sober when he and Amber got together. We have heard this testimony now many times. My analysis, her abuse drove him to break his sobriety. You guys, I got 4,540 likes, 478 retweets, and 142 comments. I honestly had to show my kids because I thought that I was like the coolest person in the world. It's not a big deal. It's just my opinion
I
of it.
love
And my
you for so
opinion
many
is
fucking
based
years,
on
but you know what?
information
You didn't exist.
that I
You don't
have. And
exist. You're not
oh,
there.
it's playing.
You're not there. You were a fucking made up thing in my head. I
You're
can't
muted.
believe you're doing this to me. I loved you for so many fucking
Okay.
years. So many fucking
She
years,
got
but
it.
you know
We're
what?
good here,
You
people.
didn't exist. You don't exist. You're not there. You're not there. You were a fucking made up thing in my head. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
There you go.
Okay. It didn't play,
So,
did it?
yeah,
'Cause I was still trying to fix it.
yeah, leave it there though, because we can see. I could hear it. I don't know if everybody else could hear it.
Could you
but-
guys hear it? Because I'll play it again one more time. Like I was trying to get it like to where it would play from the start. Because it's very, very short. Yeah, I'm gonna play it again, but my God, that just his voice. I can't. Those words,
Yeah.
Mandy. My God. Oh my gosh, I just can't. Yeah, you could hear it. All right, so I will play it again. I'm gonna play it one more time for you guys. But I can't believe these words.
I love you for so many fucking years, but you know what? You didn't exist. You don't exist. You're not there. You're not there. You were a fucking made up thing in my head. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I love.
My God.
It hurts me.
It hurts. My gosh. To finally hear his words, I'm so glad. I am actually for him. I am very pleased for him. To hear him say that would, to me, solidifies the recognition of he sees everything that happened. He's done the work. He's had the time. He's gone back from the beginning and he sees it. And that means he's healing, Mandy. So I guess there's hope, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's in a good place. I hope. I'll tell you my analysis of his behavior through the trial in just a second. I'm going to finish up what I was saying.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, Your channel, babe.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't know they could hear it. I thought, I thought if I was muted, it was muted because I'm
Yeah.
dumb there technology.
It wasn't. So I posted this and I got a just enormous amount of support on that post. And then I had a couple people, one in particularly, and it kind of sat with me and you know me, I'm not mean. I'm never mean. Anybody's entitled to their opinion. But this account was just arguing with me and then ultimately blocked me, which was super frustrating because if you want to have an adult conversation and be critical thinkers, I'm all about that. Let's have a conversation. So this person just argued with me and basically said, everybody has a choice to drink and do drugs. She did nothing to him to make him break his sobriety. That's his choice.
No, correct. Like
So-
stress doesn't help. Like personal relationships don't.
Yeah.
contribute.
So-
You know,
and-
the
and
fine line is yes, but no. Like
Yeah,
you
and
can't act
this-
like you didn't contribute.
and my opinion, my analysis
Mhm.
was not only from personal experience, because when I was abused, I would use more because I could numb myself, but also some scientific studies that back my analysis. I don't say stuff unless I have a feeling that I have a little bit of potential to be correct. So I went and I pulled up this study that I had read a couple years ago, and it's about the correlation between post-traumatic stress disorder and relapse. And it goes into triggering events that would cause you to want to relapse, stuff like that. And I posted it underneath the comment that this account left me. Because in my opinion, regardless of Johnny being specifically diagnosed with PTSD, what he lived through as a child and his behavior since then would point me in a direction of believing that he has childhood, at least post-traumatic stress disorder. So it was easy for me to find a correlation between him potentially having PTSD and the possibility of him relapsing. So I posted the scientific study underneath this woman's comment, and her response to me is, Johnny doesn't have PTSD. And I was like,
Now-
do you, like, are we going to go here?
Sometimes we got to couch the conversation, right? Like, couch. But anyway, when we say like Johnny has PTSD, like we can't diagnose him, but we can all absolutely right here say that Amber's behaviors triggered Johnny to his past and what he lived through. Is that correct? Can we say that? Can we all say that like over and over and over again? Because you see it. There's no way that they could deny it. Not even that woman who seems to be like just whatever you said she was going to argue with. But we could say, if you can't, all right, if you don't want to say he's got a full out diagnosis of PTSD, are you going to say that woman didn't trigger him? To his past and to his trauma? He has childhood trauma. He's got a past full of it. There's no doubt that was an abusive situation that he grew out of. Okay.
Right.
And that he has lived a life. He admits that he drank all this time, and you can hear it in the autos. Did he not say he drinks because like being sober is not comfortable for him? I heard him say that. That equates to trauma. That equates to a past that you've been triggered to.
I think he feared sobriety.
I think he did too, because that's when he felt everything that's happened to him.
Yeah.
Alice says, yes, 100%, Mandy. She drove him back to drinking drugs and kept it going so she could control the narrative in the relationship, in my humble opinion. And I think you're both correct there. Amber needed control in that situation, and she was going to get it any way she could. And she used lots of techniques, and triggering him and manipulation was well used. She tried to make him worse. If she could have got the will changed, he would have OD'd. I can't believe how cynical I have become in the last weeks. Yikes. Alvin, I feel you, don't you? Like, this is why I talk to Mandy and Luke about this stuff, because I can't believe I've gotten so negative and I'm usually quite positive about stuff, but I don't believe a word out of her mouth anymore. I just can't.
Go ahead and put up, hold on a second. Shoot. I just saw a comment I wanted you to put up. Let me turn my phone.
Is it which one? I'm down here by Arcanics now,
Yep,
but
that one.
Is that
I
it?
used weed one.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
I mean,
I feel you, because I know many people that have neurological issues, and we have to do that. I myself have a certain condition that I cannot use these particular medications, but I do have to use others occasionally. And it's a lifelong thing. So, it can lead to problems, right, Mandy? He had a back issue that led to his opioid addiction and dental work. Okay.
And opioids on top of alcohol, on top of cocaine, on top of, and it's funny to me because I've heard a couple of people testifying about the MDMA and the mushrooms, but from what I've gathered for the years I've been following this, and for his testimony, maybe he dabbled here and there, but psychedelics are not his thing.
They are,
from what I understood. And here's the other thing. I love my spouse. I have an amazing marriage. We made the decision, 6 years ago, that we just didn't want to be drinkers. We didn't, I'm not saying I never drink. Usually it tends to be around the holidays. We'll get a few bottles because we know we're going to have people coming in and out. But literally, I can look on top of my fridge right now, and it's mid-May, and we still have the bottles from December.
Right. There you go. But you know what? It's a choice. You want to enjoy it or you don't. Like, you know what? But when you do it, you're going to do it for enjoyment, not for.
But the thing is we made that choice together. And I can't imagine having substance abuse issues to the extent that he did. I'm not going to give him any slack about his drug and alcohol use, because I think it was excessive, and I think and I hope for his sake that he has received the help that he needed, and he's past that point now. I am pro cannabis 150%, so I'm like, smoke it away. I haven't met anybody that could peel themselves off the couch and go start a bar fight, but that's just me. But the fact that she is now said on the stand, and so has Whitney, that even though there was this terrible, terrible abusive monster, Whitney continued to do cocaine with him, and Amber continued to drink around him daily.
Exactly, they do, right?
How does that make sense? Any rational sense?
In Whitney's testimony, she says it was the worst she ever saw him. He was out of his mind. He was like, they got there and he was drunk and he was high on coke and everything. And then in the second breath, she says, and then I sat down and did coke with him. I'm like, what? Like, does that make any sense?
Right.
These are, they used it to their advantage. They were partying and hanging out. They're only making a deal about it now because they think it's going to play, but it doesn't. Because he's not trying to hide it, and it doesn't make you an abuser. No matter what they say about him being addicted, right? There's no way. There's no way.
Oh, Shay's funny. Mandy, that was Amber's sock Twitter account. Probably was. I've actually, not because I choose to silence people's opinions, because it's not something that I normally do. I just won't stand for a stranger to attack me on social media. I think that that's ridiculous. Right. So I think that I've blocked more people in the past 5 weeks than I've ever had to. Just because, let's have a conversation, let's be adults, but when you call me stupid or call me a clown or tell me I'm a fucking idiot, then you crossed a line now to where you're not able to have an adult conversation without calling somebody names. So I just move on with my life.
When they get to that point, when they're like name calling and shaming or like pointing to things like that aren't even part of the conversation from the past or whatever, that means they don't have a real argument. That means they're just being contrarians. It's like talking to a closed door. There's nothing really there, if you've got to get like that. If you can't have an actual adult conversation, some actually constructive discourse with someone, it don't bother. But people on the internet, I find more people on the internet like that than not.
Right.
So I usually keep to myself. Like, I'll have a conversation with you, but you got to prove you're an open door first. If you've got closed door syndrome, don't expect that I'm not going to hit you in the ass with it while I kick you out of the conversation, because I don't do that. I don't argue like with people that don't actually want to have real discourse, like, the back and forth, like open-minded enough to see my point. I'm going to try to be open-minded enough to see yours. That's how it goes. And if you're not, I don't waste my time. I don't waste my breath. You're irrelevant. I just don't do it.
I like Intrigue's comment
about
I agree with it because, obviously this has been a conversation that we've been having in my house for over a year about Johnny Depp stuff. But it's funny now because my kids are sending me TikToks and my TikTok DMs all the time because this. And what Intrigued said, if you see her comment, is that is why those more lighthearted TikToks are and the like are good. It keeps people more sane as well. We acknowledge that it's essential about DV, but we laugh at the fun parts of this.
We do.
Which is absolutely true. If I always hate to be on the side of not believing someone's allegations. But it's hard to believe somebody's allegations with all of the evidence that has come out for the last X amount of years and everything that we've seen.
Exactly. And here's the problem. Like, we do that over on the live stream, 9 hours a day. It's a little difficult with all the testimony coming through and everything. But we do try to keep it lighter because, we don't want to sometimes you get like a little disappointed that the trial's not going the right way or this or that. We're always trying to keep it light. We're always trying to keep it informative, but we do not claim to be like middle of the road. I try legally to keep it as straight as I can, but I am very biased about like who I think should win. And sometimes that does get when I'm looking at things like a little skewed, but I do try to pull it back and pull what points the plaintiffs or the defense is trying to make or why they would do something. But they are making it difficult for me, Mandy, because Elaine is just so ridiculous. Like, I can't, oh my God, I just can't. Like, Elaine, I just can't. But can we talk about Whitney's testimony for a minute there? I noticed.
Let me comment on this before I forget. I even posted when Elaine was the deposition with Adam Waldman.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And that whole scenario took place. I even posted on my Twitter, like, okay, I'm not a lawyer, but obviously you're not going to get him to answer the questions you are asking. So why not switch? And this is how I worded it. And granted, you guys, I am not a lawyer. This is just my brain. Why not switch the way she was asking her questions to say, in the normal course of your business, is it normal practice for you to speak on behalf of your clients? Because what she needed to do was take Johnny out of it, because now you're not going to answer that question because of attorney-client privilege. So broaden your question to show the link that you're speaking on behalf of your clients, not specifically Johnny Depp. But she's awful. She's awful. The woman talked to herself while she was up there. I'm trying. No, you're not. Okay, let's just...
No, right.
She's not qualified to be in front of a jury, in my opinion.
And I agree. I agree with your opinion right there. And let me just add to that. I got 2 points to make about that. In regards to that particular testimony right there with Alan Waldman and Elaine. Elaine, do you wish you had that time back? I bet your team does right now. I bet you do. And everyone in the chat and everyone listening on YouTube, please note that exactly what Mandy put out as to how you could cage the questions so they could be answered is exactly what the plaintiff did. And those questions got answered, didn't they?
Right.
They got answered. How come the only time he could talk was to the plaintiff? Because they knew how to form the question. They knew how to get it done without repeating themselves over and over and over and over again. Which is at that point that was wasted money and wasted time. And this is why Johnny's team has 18 and a half hours and Amber's team only has 8 and a quarter left. And they are going to be missing the time that they spent on Alan Waldman doing that nonsense and several other bunch of nonsense that they
For
did.
real.
Oh, for real. They're going to be counting those minutes that they don't have when it comes up to Wednesday and Thursday when they don't get to say boo.
Right.
Like nothing. All right. So back to Whitney. All right. Whitney is the sister, right? And I've heard that the rebuttal is going to include Jennifer Howell because we all saw Jennifer Howell pitching a fit on the socials about Whitney lying under oath.
Well, let's be clear.
Use the word lying.
Let's be clear, though. She has not posted anything about the current trial.
No.
I don't want people to think
Right.
that she's
just
watching
talking about the lying, right?
Yep,
She's
or
just
has
talking
been
about-
watching because that would cause
Mhm.
major problems. But she put all of the information out that she
Mhm.
put out
Mhm.
after Whitney's testimony in the
Mhm.
UK.
Mhm.
And go ahead because I'm going to talk about what's going on Jennifer Howell's Instagram, and it
Mhm.
enrages me. But go
Well,
ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I mean it. Look, go finish what you're saying because
Somebody broke into her house
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks
It's
ago.
intimidating. Mhm.
They drilled through, so she's got one of the slide locks on top of the deadbolts, and somebody drilled through the slide bolt to
Mhm.
get into her house. Now, she claims nothing was taken, but that is an intimidation tactic,
Mhm.
and that is unacceptable. And
Totally.
from what I understand from Tug, that umbrella guy, everybody
Mhm.
please always watch him. He's amazing. He's been covering this for years, and now we know he had sources.
Yes, we do. Since he got named, I mean, his sources were the
now
source.
we
Come
know
on.
that umbrella god had sources.
Yes, I mean,
So,
he went right to the
please
source.
follow him. But
Mhm.
apparently, there's potentially an FBI investigation for witness intimidation.
Mhm.
Um, I would not be surprised. What happened to her is
Wrong. Yeah.
wrong,
Mhm.
absolutely wrong.
And
Like,
it
go
kind of
ahead.
goes to all that bot testimony when they're trying to prove about bots on Johnny's side, and all that they're doing is proving the bots on her side. Which was like, no, with all that stuff with Eve and everybody else. I mean,
Right. I
it's
tweeted.
almost as if
I
if you
tweeted
said-
hashtag for Johnny Depp. I am not a bot when
I
that was
did.
going on.
I've been posting it too. I am not a bot. I've been putting it in live chats and stuff. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Amber. I don't have to like you. I don't. I'm not a bot, and I don't have to like you. I don't. I think you lied. I think you continue to lie, and
Yeah.
I think it would do good for your healing if you would just give it up and settle. By Friday. Just start your healing process.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's looking good as far as the witnesses and things like that.
Right.
I don't. But
And also, since we're talking about Whitney, let's just quickly run down the fact that their testimony doesn't match up.
no, it doesn't. Whitney's testimony doesn't even match up Amber's. Isn't that weird, Mandy? Didn't that seem a little odd to you? Sure did.
Well,
me.
I was like, oh, did we forget to get our stories straight?
Did somebody not read the prior depositions? Like, you don't have plenty of time to do this, your homework. You've got plenty of written depositions out there. You do get copies of them. You get to request them. You own them. It's your words. You're allowed to have them.
Right. So for the people that don't know, who haven't just been glued to this, which honestly I haven't either, but Amber stated that the reason that she punched Johnny was because she was worried about Whitney falling down the stairs. Whitney's testimony is Johnny came up the stairs, punched her in the back, and then Amber hit him. So there's a problem, right?
Right.
Because that proves So here's kind of what I was thinking. In the heat of a situation, there is a possibility because we also know that gosh, sorry, which bodyguard was there?
Travis.
Travis was there. So here's my thing. And the other funny thing, everybody don't forget Johnny Depp had his hand in a cast. So he
Right.
grabbed a
Mhm.
hold of Amber and was beating her ferociously with a hand in a cast, or did he grab her with the hand in the cast and beat her left-handed? So much confusion. Anyway, so
Perplexing.
so I believe what happened is Johnny was just enraged. He had every right to be.
Mhm.
And Amber and Whitney were at the top of the stairs. Johnny started going up the stairs. Travis followed.
Mhm.
In my opinion, what Whitney may or may not have felt could have been Travis getting between Johnny and Amber, because that's what he testified to. So I don't doubt potentially that Whitney could have got bumped. She could have got pushed a little bit. Something could have happened.
This is
But
valid.
yeah, but in my mind, here's Amber's farthest away from the stairs. Then Whitney is facing Amber.
Mhm.
Then Travis is back to back with Whitney, and Travis is facing Johnny.
Right.
That's what I got from Travis's testimony, and that's what I got from Johnny's testimony.
Mhm.
So if that is how the four of them are standing, Amber's testimony that she was concerned Johnny was going to push her sister down the stairs makes no sense. Jennifer Howell's testimony is that Whitney got between Amber and Johnny
Yep.
because she was worried Amber was going to push Johnny down the stairs.
This is what Travis said he was trying to prevent also, that with that scuffle there, that he was trying to prevent that. And I agree with you. I don't know if it was Johnny or Travis that bumped Whitney in the back, but I'm sure coming up the stairs, if you've got Whitney in front of them with her hands towards Amber, trying to keep Amber from coming down the stairs at Johnny. Johnny and Travis are coming up the stairs. Somebody could have easily bumped her back. And if it was his cast or whatever, they could have bumped into her, definitely. But she even clearly in her testimony just the other day said that she was not hurt in any way.
Right.
Okay. And so it could have been a bump. She's saying she got hit. She's using the word hit because she got touched. Okay. And because, as her sister would instruct her, it is definitely, couching the words to make them the most impactful. But Whitney has basically, if you are worried about Johnny hitting Amber, why are you facing Amber?
Right.
With your hands out. Right? Why are you facing Amber with your hands out? If you're worried about it the other way around, it sounds like the aggressor was at the top of those stairs on that landing. And it sounds like that would have been everybody's testimony agrees that was Amber on that landing in the first position with this domino effect of everybody on the steps, right?
Yeah.
Amber, because even Debbie from the other room would say that she only had a partial view, right?
Uh-huh.
Who she see at the top of the stairs being all nasty and ornery.
Right. And I think about this, like, let's change the players in it for a second. Let's say for me, hypothetically, because I want to have a clear picture of it. What if this is my child and another person?
Right.
The defensive stance that I am going to take is I'm going to back myself up to my child, and I am going to spread my arms as far apart as I possibly can to protect her behind me. I wouldn't, because I want to see the threat coming at my child. Why would you turn your back to the threat and face your child knowing that somebody could come up behind you? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, does that make logical sense? Yeah. Okay.
No, it does, because we've discussed this before. Like it does. When you hear all of their testimony together, you can possibly piece it together that every one of them is telling a little bit of the truth. Okay.
Except Amber.
Except for,
whatever.
Well, everyone who is capable of recognizing and speaking truth is telling a little bit of the truth here. But it is like the truth always has four sides. Is that what they say? Well, like, if there are four people in the conversation, then the truth has four sides. Okay. So if we put everybody in there except for Amber, because she don't know truth from Chinola, then forget it.
So Owlman, the funny thing about that, really quickly, I will tell you, is he put that deposition, and I think we talked about it at the beginning, you may have heard, is that deposition was done before the
body cam footage
came out.
They didn't know it existed when
Yep.
when everyone from the penthouse was deposed. That would be both I.O. Tillett. That would he wasn't in the penthouse, but he's part of what we call the penthouse incident, right? He was the one on the phone with her at one time. So then we got I.O. Tillett, we got Rocky, and we've got Josh, right? All of their testimony. And even the girlfriend, right? Was the girlfriend, is that part of it? The girlfriend, what is her name? The brunette.
Raquel.
No, Raquel is Rocky. She's the roommate and best friend. But the other friend that came.
Oh, Liz?
Yeah. Her.
That freeloader?
Yeah, that freeloader too. Okay, everybody who did those depositions, including her, did them before they knew that the police officers' body cam footage was available and could be used in a court of law. And it directly contradicts every word out of their mouths about showing the cops damage, because there was no damage during the walkthrough. I mean, Josh actually said they walked through a puddle. And the body cam footage actually shows where that puddle should be, and they're walking, and there's nothing there.
Right.
So, this is really bad. And that's what I don't understand, why that went forward. Like, why they didn't try to get that out of there. I don't know.
I think to try to just lead it, because it makes them look like liars.
But besides just like the outright contradiction in testimonies, we've got Freudian slips all over the place.
Oh, Lord. We also have body slips, I guess is a nice word to call them, where Amber is talking about certain instances, but she is not portraying those instances with her reenactment, with her hands, with her body, with stuff like that. It's been interesting. Jujubee, I just saw your comment and I agree. And now that you say that, and now that I just kind of like in my head played it all out, I think I agree with you. Like, he came up and got Whitney out of the way, and that's when he stated that Amber came up and over him, like around the side, and just clocked Johnny in the head. That makes perfect sense. Get her out of it and try to. Either way, it seems like a more rational explanation than we can come up with in a chat with 25 people than apparently Amber's team can figure out.
Yeah, exactly. I think she should have hired all of us. She would have, not that I would take the job, but
No, I want nothing to do with anything to do with her. She's not a nice person.
Exactly. All right. So now, I don't know.
I think
what about
Feline is
other
sending you something
in her deposition, the first one, which has the straight hair and the blue, the first deposition before the UK trial, where they actually got her to admit that the footage was leaked.
Oh my gosh, did you see her reaction?
Did you see her try to
all of a sudden pretends that something, you know what? If you can skip over to that Brian fella's, as long as we link him, I don't think he would have an issue with you showing that part. They're really great and just want the information out there.
Is that a YouTube?
Go to Incredibly Average. Yep.
Oh, I love Incredibly Average. I've
been watching him for like over 2 years.
You know what? So has myself and Bearded. We have been watching everything about the evidence. And which one you want? You want that? Does he have
last one that he just posted about her slipping up? And please, everybody, Incredibly Average on YouTube. His
I'm going to link it right now. As soon as I pull up the channel, I'll drop it in the chat, and I'm going to link it in the description when
his Twitter handle is that Brian Fella. He was also named by Adam Walter.
Yes, he's in there. He's one of the officials. Oh, and how about Laura being called an internet journalist? Like, she got some cred. Yes. And we love Laura and that podcast. I got to tell you. Definitely.
But that Brian fella, aka Incredibly Average, he has actually done mock-ups of
Mhm.
events that have taken place. He did a 3D imaging of the penthouses. He is amazing. He was actually recently on with Laura B on that Umbrella Guys channel. I will also say yesterday on Tug's channel,
Mhm.
he had oh Lord, Greg Ellis on.
Oh,
You
I love Greg
guys,
Ellis too, the
it's
respondent. Oh my
the
gosh.
best.
He
The
is.
best,
For
the best.
men's advocacy, for this big thing about, like we've been saying, men too, and abuse has no gender. This man is all about it even farther, like I am, about the laws and the ridiculousness and what happens with custody of children in
Because it
divorce
happened to
proceedings.
him.
Because, like, yeah, and I'm all with him. And this is more the UK. Like, we're trying to get it just as big here in the United States. But
Yeah.
yes, if you have been listening to how I've been speaking on this and you want to go farther with it, Greg Ellis on Twitter, I'll send you some feeds. You got to get on with his campaign.
Yep.
It's important. There's documentaries, there's interviews with famous people
He's
everywhere.
written 3 books now. I
Yes.
believe 3. Yep.
Mhm.
The Respondent.
Yeah.
So everybody, please.
Right. Johnny Depp is not how I got involved with that part of this issue. The men too, like the inequality of men's rights in regards to our legal system when it comes to divorce, abuse, and things of this nature. Okay,
Right.
there is serious inequality here. That I have brothers, I have friends, I have family, I have ex-partners, I have friends that are close to me that I'm watching them go through this stuff, and I'm like, these women, like and they're allowed to because the system is skewed in their direction. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they're even, some of them aren't even really physically going out of their way to be pedants and obnoxious or whatever. They're just, that's how the cards are laid out right now. They got to get the lawyer and fight even for 50% custody unless there's a mutual agreement.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Every state's a little different, but I'm pretty strong on that issue. But anyway, let me pull this one up. But yes, definitely. I'm going to link for all of you in the description of this video. Yet, for those of you listening on YouTube, I will change the description, and these links will all be in there. I just didn't link anything yet because I didn't know what we were going to do. But if we can promote the Respondent, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to be down with that.
And I believe you can find his books on Amazon.
Mhm.
Let me Google really quick. I believe he also has a website, and I will tell you guys what that is, and then I'll link it in Discord for you to drop. Yep.
Yep. You and your little blue wrench. Okay, so on this, we're going to let me make this bigger and then play. And this is Incredibly Average. I'll mute too. We're going to give you full credit for this Incredibly Average. Thank you for letting us play these things all over Twitter and everywhere. You're doing incredible work, and we're a big fan. All right, on that. All right, can everybody see it big? Is it showing big? All right, let's go. All right, why
it's
won't
not playing? I think you missed the arrow.
Not playing yet. Damn it! All right, if I hit the button's supposed to go. I thought that was the only superpower I had was button pushing, but nope.
Did you send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016, telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him.
I remember sending the text message that is in front of me right now to Jerry. And I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online that I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Ms. Hurd, does that mean, does your most recent answer mean that yes, you did send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please tell him, end quote.
Asked and answered.
Okay. Did everybody see that? Wow. You're muted.
There I am. Okay, I'm
Hi.
back. Yeah, sorry about that echo, guys. I am like a tech, like not good with tech. And that's
I
why
know. I
sometimes.
told you in private
Yeah.
chat, I was like, mute yourself. There's
I
an
know.
echo.
It was like, oh my God. I'm trying to find the other one that we wanted to put up that. Oh, here it is. Because while I was doing that, I hit another one that got rid of our
Well, in
friend.
all actuality, you don't even have to hear the questions. You just have to see her response. You could be watching it on closed captioned.
Exactly.
She admits that she was leaking stuff. And then she does this thing where she's like, oh shit, and covers her mouth and then pretends to rub her face and then looks at her hands like she has something on her hands. No, we caught you. We all saw what just happened. It has been her all along. And
Yes,
Kate James testified to that,
exactly.
that they would alert the paparazzi if Amber was going out and Amber would get all dolled up, knowing that at some point there was probably going to be paparazzi because they were alerted. That's what she does.
Yep.
This woman is a ugh.
Yeah.
I don't
When you say yuck, like I've got like expletives for it, but you're much kinder than I am.
trying to be
You
nice.
definitely are. But yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. And I think, most of the chat agrees with us. Hey, Ox, how are you? Thank you.
Morning.
Oh my God, you commented. Wait a minute. Ox, that's not right. Wait. That's not the message I wanted to put up. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Oh, here it is. I commented on this topic 2 days ago and I got called a sexist evil man. This is the crap I'm talking about. No, that's not right. You see, I got called a victim shamer. Yes, repeatedly.
Oh my God.
And I'm pissed and I'm feeling for you, Ox, because here's the thing. We should be allowed to question the testimony. We should be allowed to question these statements when it's this obvious, okay? It's not like we're saying she should be quiet and not talk about it. It's not like we're saying, oh, Amber, like if you think something happened, you shouldn't speak on it. We're not saying that. We're saying, go ahead, tell your story. Tell your story and let us see what's going on. And when we see it, we should be allowed to call a liar a liar. Oh, I'm sorry. The testimony is proving her own words have proved it over and over again. Oh, that's so infuriating to me. A man should be able to question Amber's testimony without being called sexist. Okay?
Right.
It's not sexist to recognize stuff that doesn't match up. How is that sexist? Just because she said it? Are you being a little judgmental? Are you being a little narrow-minded? Are you being reverse sexist? That a man can't speak about anything a woman says without judgment? This is what I'm talking about by my soapbox about the equality of it. This is the shit that pisses me off to no end. Oh my God, I could go on forever, but I'll stop, Mandy. I'm going to stop.
So what did Intrigue send you? I saw earlier.
She sent me a little video. Do you want me to put it up? She sent me a video timestamp from Body Language Guy about the Whitney accident, but you had moved on. But I will bring it back up.
Oh no, I'm perfectly
Are you going to
fine.
be able to stay a few minutes past the 3 o'clock mark? Then I'll get the other part in because there's still the other thing that we wanted to do. But I'll bring this up. Thank you.
Okay.
Give me just a minute. Okay, so hold the fort while the untech savvy bear. Okay. We'll try to pull this. She says that it's time stamped, and I'm hoping. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Totally clueless. And I think that's the part that's been super frustrating is, and and I'm going to be honest. Back in 2016, um, you know, let me back up even further. So I'm in my mid 40s. I've seen Johnny Depp around for my entire life. And I've watched movies and, known of him for all of that time. Never in my time of knowing him was I ever unaware that he was doing drugs and drinking. Um, we all knew that. And poor, River Phoenix passed away. Johnny Depp owned the Viper Room. Like, this isn't anything that we weren't aware of. So when I kind of saw in 2016 and 2017
Mm-hmm.
the alleged claims of domestic abuse and saw this woman who
Weird physics. She also was in danger of
can hear you, saw this woman walking out of a courthouse with a bruise on her face saying it was Johnny Depp, you kind of had to go, yeah, is it possible? Because we knew of these things. But then after or before the UK trial and finding out about the real Laura B and seeing all the stuff that she
Mm-hmm.
posted, and like I said, Incredibly Average has had their channel over 2 years. I believe that Tug started seeing that
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly Average's stuff, and also, oh my gosh, who's Tug's other friend? The yellow.
Oh, oh,
Um,
oh.
I'll get it and I'll put it also because
Yellow
he covers it
crosses or
also.
yellow road cross or so, oh my gosh, I can't remember the handle.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
but I know
the
who you're
yellow
talking
flash.
about.
There you
Yeah,
go. So
the
I'll
yellow
post it
flash.
in Discord
Mhm.
also so that you can post his link under in the description also.
Absolutely. And
So I started doing all of this research and listening to these videos and reading court documents, and then saw what went on with the UK trial, and then saw all these links to Amber and Dan Wooten and Dan Wooten's the son of the judge working for a company that Dan Wooten worked, just all of these different things. And you have to go, wait a minute.
mm-hmm.
This doesn't make sense.
Right.
And so through this case, the one thing that I have learned about Johnny
Mm-hmm.
is the man has an uncanny ability to not sock his wife in the face.
Yep. He's got
That's what I've
patience.
learned.
He doesn't want to hurt another human. He's just not going to do it. Like he's just
Yeah,
not going
so
to hurt another individual.
that's where I'm at, honestly. And I know that sounds terrible, but that's what I've got out of it. What I've learned about the claims against what I've learned about Amber is
Mhm.
she's a lying,
Mhm.
evil, manipulative, awful, awful person.
Mhm.
And so I guess there's a piece of me that says, well, I wasn't always like I am now because
Mhm.
I believed her
Right.
in 2016.
Mhm.
I don't believe her now.
Right. I'm
So
gonna
it wasn't me going into it blindly,
Right.
just saying, I believe Johnny Depp because he's Johnny Depp.
Mhm.
It was learning over time that what she was alleging didn't make any sense. So for
Mhm.
somebody to be like, oh, you're completely biased to either of us, or to say
Mhm.
that we should be believing all women, I'm like, I
Yeah,
did
that's it.
believe her,
We
but the
did.
evidence just didn't add up,
It didn't add up at all.
or lack thereof, right?
Mhm. Exactly. All right, here's
So,
that picture for this is what Intrigue was showing us. This is from the Body Guy. It should be coming up. This is from the Body Guy, and it's in regards to the stair incidents. And they're showing, you see, they've got Amber, Johnny, Whitney, okay, but this is the difference in the testimony, right? This is Amber's testimony, and this over here is Whitney, Travis, and Johnny's testimony. The first
right.
one, right? Whitney herself says she was facing Amber. Johnny was coming up the stairs.
So then Travis came up, right?
Mm-hmm. Travis would be next to Johnny on the first picture, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And tried to get between Johnny, Amber, and Whitney right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm.
And then how would Amber, even according to her own testimony, hit Johnny? It was the first time I laid a blow. That's
But she
her
reached
testimony.
over her sister with no regard to throwing her sister down the stairs to get to Johnny's face.
Right.
You mean like that, Mandy? Yes.
Yeah.
Because
So how did
Amber's
she lay a
testimony
blow?
is that Johnny was she was afraid that Whitney was gonna go down the stairs. But if Whitney is not at the top of the stairs with no one behind her, how could that happen?
Right.
Yeah.
And according to Jennifer Howell,
it seems that the first picture is what Whitney spoke to Jennifer Howell about.
Exactly.
Not Amazon over here. Version A, like right here, with Whitney in the middle, is the one that Whitney has testified to, Travis and Johnny. And according to Whitney retelling it to Jennifer, in front of witnesses, by the way, right, Mandy? Jennifer, there was more than her there when she said it. Like it was to a whole bunch of people, Well, thank you, Intrigued, for sending this. Anyway, this is
I love it. Yes, thank you.
This, and we will link this video so you can watch the whole thing and the whole scenario. It goes into a whole explanation of it, but it's basically exactly what Mandy said. This is why I'm not playing it, because it's like kind of the same thing. Because Mandy knew. Yeah, she knew.
Well, Incredibly Average has done amazing things.
Absolutely. Yeah. All of the debunking. And also, can I just say now that this is a new guy, that Law and Lumber guy, when he debunked, because he knows wood, okay? When he debunked the bed, okay, he did it brilliant, because actually when he did it with the penknife, it broke exactly the same way. It was the same kind of piece. It had the same depth right where the knife went in, and the same shape of the separation of the wood that could not. We're talking about the damage to the bed that Amber is saying was done by Johnny's boot, and yet she left a penknife on the bed when they
and that's where I wish
then we used the penknife to debunk the whole thing, because the only way to make that kind of a
right. And this is why I say there were a couple things that I wish Camille would have hammered on. And the knife being on the bed in the picture was one of them.
I think at that point, and I always stress this over in the other live, and I do it here too. Legally, they've got to weigh out their time, right? So in other ways, we find these things fascinating. But if they don't prove an additional point to the actual part of the case that they've really got to hammer home, which is the defamation, they're not going to readdress the fact that Amber's a liar over and over and over and over.
Right. I know, but I just wish.
Need to prove it. I know we do. And Ranty too. And I too. I feel you. I definitely want it too. But time factor, aren't you glad they didn't lose too much time coming into the last part of the week?
Yes. Because it's like I want to see them run out of time. And sorry, I was looking for something. Them run out of time and not be able to cross Johnny's people on rebuttal.
I'm going to link Law and Lumber to that video in particular. He doesn't have much up on his channel yet, but that particular video, the debunking, he's an excellent debunker.
I've got another video I want you to play real quick.
All right. Wait, I just want to,
yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about the Bruise? Is this video related to what we're talking about? Because I'll put that up first.
No, it was just a funny part of her testimony where I was like, what are you talking about?
So then we'll put that one on next. I got to play you guys something in regards to what I found hysterical about Freudian slips in Miss Amber Turd. Because it struck my funny bone. I don't know about yours, Mandy, but her talking about her kid is like the light of my light this week. Because
please play this. This is hilarious.
This is okay. I did a little thing. Okay, I don't always do a little thing, but when I do a little thing, I have great amusement with it. So for your viewing pleasure, and then we're going to play a makeup artist TikTok after this to hammer home the point. But in regards to Amber's own Freudian slip this week, and thank you to all of you who helped me with the clips, because this was fun. All right. Hopefully we're going to have to mute to get rid of echo. So I'm going to mute now, and then we're going to put it up. I'm going to mute first and then put it up. Let's see how I can do that properly. Okay, we'll be back.
A Bruise kit, but not a Bruise kit. It's a theater makeup kit, a color correction kit. I called it my Bruise kit. Talking about as a color correction kit. This is not obviously the exact one I used to carry, but I used to carry it with me all the time. Sometimes this pink is sometimes a little bit more purple of a hue, and sometimes the kits are 3 colors. You can get them in 3 or 4 colors. Sometimes they have even more. But the idea is that you want to counteract whatever color you're working with on Bruise. Pink is sometimes a little bit more purple of a hue, and sometimes the kits are 3 colors. You can get them in 3 or 4 colors. Sometimes they have even more. I used a Bruise kit, but not a Bruise kit. It's a theater makeup kit, a color correction kit. I called it my Bruise kit.
Those darn Bruise kits will get you every time. You're muted. Anyways, so I think the point that, what is really just to look at there is that she's saying that there's this purple, and obviously there's not a deep purple in any of them. And here we go. Hold on, I'll be quiet.
Y'all, I literally jumped out of my hotel room bed to film this for you guys because I cannot believe what I just found. This is a wild update for the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. So this is a normal photo, right? No, it's not. It's Johnny passed out with ice cream on his lap. And over here in the corner, there seems to be something. Can't see it? I'll show you. See that? That? Right there? Do you know what that is? That is a Bruise kit. A literal Bruise kit. A Ben Nye theatrical Bruise kit. This is the color wheel. This is the color wheel. So that you can see. So that you can see. What that particular palette is for him. And you know that it's the Bruise kit because it has yellow in it. And the orange, and the purple, and the dark red. There's the photo once again, just so you can reference it one more time. This is crazy.
I agree. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yes, it's a Bruise kit. It's a Bruise kit. Juju, what did you want me to play again? The video or the TikTok? I'd have to go find the TikTok again. I'm sorry about the echo. Oh. Mandy.
Yeah.
What? Did you see that makeup artist? Did you see that catch in their own photo?
Yeah, I mean, I saw when Maya posted it, so it was like absolute.
When I saw that, that's when I knew the video had to come out. Like I can't sit on my hands with that. Did you? Oh my god. I'm thinking of adding that last little clip of the picture of in the picture, just blow it up. To the back of the video. What do you think? You think
Totally.
come for me? But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, she slips and says bruise kit. Then there's been testimony
Mhm.
saying that she knew how to make bruises. There's
Mhm.
testimony.
Mhm.
Hold on, I was just pinning that
Yeah.
tweet to the
Yes.
top of my profile so that
Yes,
Autistic
and
Shill could get to it.
can you do a copy link for me too, and put it in the either Depp Heard or in private, because I want to put it in the bottom of the video.
Sure.
They're asking for it, and if they're asking for it, other people watching the video may want it also. So
crazy, you guys.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm just a nobody.
Mhm.
I have under 400 followers. And I went, like I said, when I was telling my kids, I'm like, oh my God, my tweet has over 4,000 likes.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
The TikTok, that is cool though. I'll find it. Okay, no, I can find, I'll find it again. I have to retweet it anyway, but yeah, Juju, I'm gonna link everything. But isn't that amazing? She's pulling it from the ice cream picture, the person who did the TikTok.
That's crazy.
Mhm. And I believe it was Maya Nova. If anybody follows her, she was the one who put it out. She retweeted it, but it is a TikTok account. Let me just say what's her name. The name of the TikTok account is Alexandra VIP Virtual Souls. All right. We'll give her full credit. I'm going to link her. But that was amazing. I don't mind playing the TikTok again because it blew me away. And I'm going to be adding at least the photo. I'm going to blow up the photo myself from evidence and put that at the end. So in the other
Seriously.
video that I got.
Crazy. And that's the thing. There's just so much out there now that it's so hard to keep track of anything
It is.
because I mean, you want to accuse a beloved person like Johnny Depp of something, you better be ready for the millions upon millions upon millions of people that are going to dissect everything you say and do. Same with Johnny. I'm not going to give him any slack. I will say that on one of the, I believe it was the behavioral panel, they did make a statement about a little bit of deception when he said something about not being abusive to Amber. But I think, in my opinion, he's told us about the 2 incidents. He told us about scraping her feet with the door, and he told us where he was trying to get her to calm down. So he like bear hugged her and headbutted her on accident. In his mind, if he considers that abusive, then his subconscious will recognize that when he's speaking about that. So where they found a tad bit of potential deception when he said something about not being abusive, I think that's where it could come in. Or if he feels that his words were abusive to her, that could also be playing into his subconscious about feeling that he was potentially abusive verbally to her.
Right.
So I think that's where it came from. The thing with him that I respect is he was able to say, yes, I said mean things. Yes, I scraped her toes. Yes, I accidentally headbutted her. Whereas Amber is playing semantics with hit versus punch, pledge versus donation. You see what I'm saying here? Like she plays all these like word semantics and she's just not
gaslighting.
Yeah.
Very crafty, just trying to use everything to her advantage. No, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, right, Jujubee. I mean, I got hit in the face by a remote control by one of my toddlers. Like I was holding them facing me and the remote control was like in one hand and they were like bouncing up and down. And next thing I knew, it was like poof right in the temple. I mean, yeah, it happens, but As far as who I feel to my core was the instigator, the aggressor of the domestic violence in this relationship, I feel like that was Amber. It's my opinion. From the information that has come out, from everything that we've seen, I feel like that is the stance that I'm taking, period. So
you know what? I agree with you. Let me just play this again for Jujubee. I put the link in there. I'm going to play it one more time.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's. I'm going to try to mute so they don't get the echo. Okay. Oh, it's just not loading. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Juju. For some reason, my Chrome is not loading it now. This time, it's not pulling it up for me at all. Ah, God. Okay, I'm not even sure I'm even here right now. Am I here, Mandy? I could not get it to play. I'm sorry, guys. It's not. For some reason, my Chrome is just like, it could be a lag in the my 5G right now. Hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'm going to have to go out and go back. Is that it, Monkley? Too many tabs? It could be, it could be Chrome might be having a little bit of an issue with that, but I don't know. But okay, I got the link up there for you, Juju, right there. You see? Okay, thank you. You guys can hear me good. But I couldn't get the link to play, But
hold on a second. Let me...
Nope. That Bruise video, I'm going to add the picture from the TikTok, because they just put that actual kit there that just showed that Amber does have one. And if you notice, did you notice in the picture, Mandy, that the kit that's on that table has the dark colors from the Make a Bruise kit, not the lighter Bruise kit? Everybody knows color correcting has the lighter colors to contradict, to go, like if you've got a bruise or whatever, you've got to go with the opposite color. Like she said, red to green. And it's like a lighter green. It's not like a deep green that you put over the red.
And why would you be using purple if you're trying to cover
a
bruises?
Darker, she said like a darker, deeper purple. And I'm like, there are no color correcting with deep purple. There's a lilac. I will admit, there is a purple. There were plenty of color corrector kits that have like a light purple in it, like a light lilac. But there was also in the one she was showing, and she said, no, not like that, like darker. I'm like, what? Just those words just like tripped me up something. And I was like, but no, I don't know. Did you have a fun afternoon, Mandy? With this, I could go on with more of the Freudian slips. There were a few others that I don't want to, maybe we'll do Monday over there on Renton's channel in the morning. We'll see. I'm going to be bored. I got the whole day to myself. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to get together?
I did put, hold on, my cat's going to be annoying. If you can pull up Discord, I put my own screen record in there real quick. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap it up. I've got to run kids to get checks.
Let's see. You think this will play for me? That would be freaking, you know what? I might be able to play that right from Discord. Hold on, because my Discord, hold on. That would actually solve this problem. Hold on 1 second, people. And then we'll get running.
Yeah, this was just a clip I made because I wanted to show my husband, listen to this, babe. While you're doing that, Jujubee, I just have to say, I I have stood by the fact that I don't believe either of them are going to win this
Mm-hmm.
court case. The court of public opinion, as far as Johnny is concerned, oh, and Amber, it's just been in a negative way. I believe that he's won. And I said earlier, and I meant to come back to it, so I'm glad you commented because this does bring us around to this. If you've if you've looked at him over the past 6 weeks and seen the difference in him just in this time, just since he testified, it was like this 6-year weight that has been on his shoulders, and he just needed to get it out.
Yep.
So
I do. You're right. You know, just after his testimony, the way his shoulders came back up, the
Yep.
way he picked his head up again, the way he could look around, the way he smiles now.
Yep.
And he's talking with his team, and they're joking and laughing and hugging, and it's so good to see, right, Mandy?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you know
So
what? Your link worked. Your link worked.
yeah, so because here's the interesting part, and I was telling my husband last night, I said all this stuff that they're bringing up. I mean, there's been a few things that
Mhm.
I haven't seen, like the thing where she slipped up and said that she leaked. I hadn't seen that, so when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, damn."
Mhm.
But for the most part, this is nothing new, you guys. This has been out for years. The problem is that the mainstream media and the most people weren't
Mhm.
looking for the information. If you go over to Incredibly Average's channel, this
Mhm.
stuff was put out 2 years ago.
Exactly.
He put this out years ago.
Mhm.
And, regardless of political affiliation, I don't talk politics with people. I like people, not their political things. But
Mhm.
look at what Candace Owens has been saying about this for 2 years.
This is true. I mean, and I'm no fan of Candace Owen, but on this issue,
And
you
that's what
gotta
I'm
listen a little
saying.
bit.
So,
When she's right, she's right. I mean, just like Keemstar. I'm not the biggest fan, but when he's right, he's right. You know, sometimes.
when people are right, or yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Joe Rogan has said some very interesting things about this
I
case.
have a hard time about that one, but go on.
Yeah. See, I'm a Joe Rogan fan, so we'll just
And
agree
yet
to
we still
disagree.
like each other. We talk on a regular basis. Look at this.
And also, just many
Mhm.
people have come out and said things like supporting him now. I don't know if you ever go over to his page.
Mhm. I do.
Jennifer
Mhm.
Aniston has started following him.
Yep.
A couple other people that we all had this. They potentially had this preconceived notion because of
That's
what was
true.
being in the media.
That's right. He did get slammed. I do admit that there is a lot of bias about it because of the
Yeah.
media.
And intrigued, I know MSM still doesn't. And you know who else is driving me crazy is Variety magazine.
Can you believe it? I
They
can't.
actually
Yep.
said in their latest article, and if you follow the DUI guy, right?
Mhm.
He posted it, and they actually said in the article, "Believe all women." And
Yeah. And that is
yikes.
why I, right with Mandy and several others, were like, no, not all women feel this way. No, you're not hurting women by challenging someone who's doing this against another person. It's not against all women. We get you. We hear you. We can actually,
Right.
stand by you and say it's not right. And I don't believe in that polarizing, you got to believe all women, or you don't, or you're a victim shamer, or you're not, for women who get abused. You're not trying to support them. That's bullshit. Nobody's going to tell me I don't support a woman who gets abused, or that I'm not going to stand by her rights, stood for the actual Me Too. I believe in Me Too. That whole movement that helped get legislation passed that extended the use of DNA, extended how long we keep kits on file, extended the ability to get a TRO immediately to protect yourself. Okay, not to slam another person publicly with, but to protect yourself from violence. Not when they're out of the country or out of the state.
That there is audio of a woman admitting to hitting her spouse. There's audio of a woman gaslighting her husband, mocking him, demeaning him, degrading him, tearing him down, saying, I hope that Jack's stepdad, blah, blah, blah. I'm not even going to repeat it because it's disgusting.
It was her. No, it is.
And
she's demeaning, she ridicules, she is harassing, she's doing psychological aggression.
And she's
according to what
still an ambassador for the American.
That's a joke.
I can't even get it out because
I know the ACLU needs to really look at how they vet their advocacy program. Okay, that is not an advocate. She is making Amber Heard. I will go this is my opinion. I'll go out here on YouTube and say Amber Heard is making a mockery of other victims. Yep. Okay, and all of you who say we have to believe everyone and we're not allowed to challenge the info, you are too. Okay, because truth is truth. We want to protect these people, but at the same time, you can't go and persecute a minority. And that would be the men that are victims of this, the reverse of it. You cannot persecute them to be right. It doesn't make it. It's not equality. It's not what we all fought for. It is not what we stood for with Me Too. We're supposed to go against the ones that are doing it. Okay, Amber Heard is wrong in doing this against Johnny Depp, the way she's doing it. End of story.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I get so fired up. Well, you know, Mandy, I just can't contain myself when it comes to this. And I know you have personal issue with it too. And I know many of my friends do. All my brothers. I know too many people with stories like this. Not as salacious or as in the public eye or with celebrity status like this, but it happens. It happens way too often. Way too often.
So everybody, please check out That Umbrella Guy's live yesterday that he did with Greg Ellis. Phenomenal. It was amazing. Follow Greg Ellis. I've put some links in Discord, Claire, so you can drop those.
We're going to drop those all over the place. They're going to be in the description everywhere. I think instead of, I'm actually going to cancel this right here. The system is not acting that great, so I'm having a hard time pulling from Discord right now. So what I'm going to do is it will all be in the description. If you follow my Twitter, I'll tell you this. If you follow my Twitter, Greg Ellis is all over it. I retweet him like crazy. I stand behind what he's doing. I think it's phenomenal. I wish I could get a conversation with this man, but he's too big for me. He's too big for the bear. But he's got a lot to say on it, and I support it. I definitely support it, and I'm spreading it everywhere I can. You know.
Clairview, is it wrong to fart on my cat when she is crawled under my duvet and curled up in the blast zone? It's never wrong to fart on cats. No.
Monkley, what is that? You're waiting for me to say what? Like I'm trying to figure out what this means. Because I am doing a show on Sunday. I'm doing a live, and it is called that actually. And I could say it because it's my channel. If they take it down, they take it down. But I do a series called What the Fuckery, and we talk about larger YouTubers and stuff that happens on Twitter and YouTube or even anywhere on the social medias, but also, in the regular media and, the movies, all of that stuff, the regular political nonsense, anything that you would say is like, what did I just read, see, hear, or witness? And it's like, and the first thing that comes to mind is like, what the, you'll
have to tell me what's going on with Jeff Noodles and Keemstar.
That's my favorite.
Have time for that.
Listen, you know why I started this show? I started this show for two people because they drove me out of my mind, and that would be Cuck Murphy and defamation noodles. And yes, I said it that way. That's how I feel about it. Cuck Murphy and defamation noodles, or why I have the show. What the F-bury. That's it. I'm going to be doing that on Sunday.
Yeah, I used to be a fan of Def Noodles, and then I watched a video recently he did of Johnny Depp, and I was not impressed.
He lost me years ago, basically because of his shitty reporting, and he's not getting the facts straight. Like, if you're going to, and because he's a comedian with the thinnest skin I've ever seen. Like, I could see through his skin. He's so thin-skinned. You can't make a joke about Def Noodles and not have him go crying into the hills. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But yeah, you know what, Mandy, he blocked me like 2 years ago because I put a hypocrisy meter underneath one of his tweets when he was talking with Katie Joy about something that they called facts that everybody else knew was a lie.
Did his feeties get hurt?
Oh yeah. He just recently unblocked me when he found out I was over 1,000 and I had a channel. I don't know if that's the reason, but it was kind of curious that it happened the day after.
Yeah.
I was like, well, sorry.
We could talk for hours.
Fan, dude. Go ahead, hit that block button. Still not a fan.
I think we could talk for hours. We really didn't even get to Camille. Maybe some other
but
time.
Do we not? Okay, can we say this at least? We bow to the feet of the goddess Camille Vasquez.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what?
Goddess.
She's going to be busy after this case is over. I'll tell you that.
She's going to be very popular. She's young. She's got a career that's going to take off. She was composed. She was legal brilliance. That was the best lawyering I have seen during this whole trial. Sorry, Ben Chu, you're great. I did love your opening. I did love the stuff that you did in the crosses. I do love how you lawyer. But when it comes to outstanding performance, goes to Camille. That was the best damn lawyering in the trial to date. What do you think?
I concur. I'm hoping, this is my hope, Johnny Depp, if you ever hear this, please, for the love of God, take your team to the island after this is all over and let them chill on your island for 2 weeks.
Oh, and don't forget to take hammock pictures and plaster social media with it, because, like, that's the thing to do if people are relaxing.
Oh, go team, right?
Yeah, go team. Yes, you got an island, Johnny. Use it. Celebrate. Bring that whole, the third, the fourth, the fifth.
Bring us.
Everyone
We
involved.
wouldn't mind.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
come. I'll cook.
Yeah, we'll go.
I don't drink. We're good.
We'll go. Hey, you know what? I'd even just mix the drinks all day. Like, I'll work. I don't care. Like, bring me. That would be wonderful. Oh my God, can you imagine? And by the way, Colin, I opened up my Discord. You just made me a very happy bear. Thank you very much. I got some, like, I have to share them with Mandy here as a reward for doing a 2-hour stream. But he's got some excellent pictures of Johnny in there that you would not expect. They're delicious.
Awesome.
Delicious is the word, Colin. They were
fantastic. We love it. And by the way, I just want to, I do need to wrap it up, but I do want to say Camille has a boyfriend. So if anybody's
so she's not married. The rumor was she was married, but I didn't think she was. And I think
she has a boyfriend. So anybody who hears these ridiculous rumors that there's something going on, I think that is all for show. And it is for show to piss off Amber.
Yeah, to get under her skin.
My opinion,
and boy, does it.
Of course.
Our opinion, but it is delicious to think so.
It is.
It is. It really, really is. Has it been 2 hours? It's been more than 2 hours. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, and this was fun. Thank you, everybody who came to listen to Mandy and I just go on and on about this, because we can and we do it. We were doing it all along before I even had a YouTube channel. So
yeah.
Now we do it out here for y'all to listen, because the conversations that we were having, that's exactly how it goes, like back and forth, and like with all that stuff. And did you believe you saw this? And can you believe you saw that? And, but you're all with us now. You're all Deppites, all of you in there. You're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Mandy, thank you for giving up part of your weekend.
Thank you.
So glad that we got to recap. We've got one more recap. What are we going to do when it's over? Oh my God. Are we
I think
at the end, regardless of how it ends?
I think the next step, regardless of the outcome of this trial, and I think this is no bullshit. I'm going to be serious for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need to all think about what are the next steps? Is this getting in touch with our local government? Is this getting in touch with
I'm with you.
state government? Is this getting in touch with? There needs to be laws put in place for victims, period.
Period.
Not female victims.
I'm with you.
All victims.
I'm so with you, Mandy, and I will support that. And if you want to do like a little thing on the side, we can make it short, like 30 minutes every other week to get that information out. I'm with you on that. There's going to be more people I'm talking to putting videos out about men too. And I don't mean to be against women. I'm not. What I'm saying is there's true equality. I've been doing the research on the statistics, and I don't want to put women down, but absolutely men are getting abused more often than not, and they are not speaking about it. And you know why? We're not letting them. We're not letting them. So the first thing that we all can do, women, men, mothers, fathers, children, brothers, everybody out there, let your men speak on it without ridicule, without shame.
Yep.
Okay, let them speak on it. And then let's start there. Let's start there because we need them to come forward with the statistics that we know are out there to get more shelters, to get more numbers directed towards them because they have a totally different issue about it. They have more issue about abuse than women do. Yes, some of it is all the same. Okay, but for a man, it's a bit different and they deserve the same type of counseling. We have women's shelters. We need men's shelters. We need those 800 numbers and that immediate help for a man in the same situation.
And we need to not have men ripped away from their children or vice versa. Their children ripped away from them because of a potential false allegation.
Exactly.
That leads to broken families, you guys.
Because that hurts the children
follow
too.
Gray
Equality.
Ellis.
Equality, please follow the respondent. This issue is huge. Mandy, I'm so happy that I'm so on this. Like you don't know. Like it takes a lot for me to hold back, as you can tell by my voice. As everybody could tell when Bear gets on that soapbox, like there's no stopping me. This issue is not going away from me. It's not just Johnny Depp.
We will continue this. Yep.
Right. We will. Thank you. We will. Let's do it. I've got library chats, and that's what it's for. Anybody wanting to come and tell a story about this, the legal process that you're going through, I would like to focus on the United States. I know it's happening everywhere else, but I have better impact in the United States because I can get a hold of legislators, and we can start email chains, and we can start getting the information out there on the different cases. You guys want to come forward with that? Please do. My DMs are open. And I will hear you. I will listen. Mandy will too. Let's get going with it.
All right, you all.
All right. So on that, we really are leaving this time.
Have an awesome weekend. Yes. Thank you, Claire. We will chit chat, of course.
Oh yes, we will. And looking forward to it. And we've got one more recap, regardless of the outcome. Even if we're crying in our milk here.
It's all right. It'll be,
but it can't be during the week. It can't be Thursday like we normally do because we got court on Friday. And I don't know if we could do it Friday night, but we might have to do another weekend or a Monday or something. I know our schedules, Mandy works. She has a busier home life than I do. You guys see me on YouTube all the time because I have the time. But Mandy, she got real life shit she got to take care of,
Teenage daughters,
as funny as this is, right? And I don't know if on Friday, depending on what happens, if we could actually do a recap. I think I might be traumatized. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
We'll
Thanks for having me as usual. Have an awesome weekend.
And on
follow me on Twitter.
Follow Mandy on Twitter.
Some chick named Mandy.
It's Mrs. Mandy Dolan. Yeah, out there. There you go. Follow her. She got it. All right. We'll see you. All right. Thanks, guys.
Oh my God. Did you hear about the...
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the...
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
Oh, my God. She said it.
my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see.
No, but did you see that?
I'm playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, fuck it. Popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.
I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate, bitch, you can fucking write me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss, don't forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
No, but did you see that?
I'm not saying anything about the.
Oh, yo, let's just call it what it is. Fuckery.